How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be doing another installment of Sharks of Summer. This is the series around here where once a week, at least once during the summer, I take a look at a shark movie. And today we're going to be doing a DVD collection video. I'm going to be showing you guys every DVD I have for the Mega Shark series. This is a set of 4 movies, and the idea with the Mega Shark movies is that you would get a Megalodon, and every single time he'd be fighting another giant creature. So it's a giant monster mash movie, kind of like Godzilla but with sharks, you know? And it is fun enough, you know, every time he's fighting someone different, that's really cool, and there's some good ideas in here. It is a series that is constantly let down by its budget. I mean, this is the Asylum. You'd see these things on like Sci-Fi Channel and stuff. It never quite got to the big CGI mash that it could have been, but it was still fun, you know. It's fun to watch these creatures, you know, smash into each other, even if most of the movie is military and scientist people talking. So it's one that I like. Obviously, this is from the Asylum. They also made Sharknado, and that is a much better series. But in my opinion, it's better than the multi-headed Shark Attack series, so it's still pretty cool. I guess without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera, and I'll show you guys each one of the DVDs and do little mini reviews for each movie. So without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at the Mega Shark vs. movies. Gonna show you guys all the DVDs and do mini reviews. And first off, we have Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. And we do get this fun cover where Mega Shark is grabbing the plane and there's the octopus there. They always do make these things a little more exciting than the actual movie, but I mean, that does happen. Mega Shark loves to eat him some planes. Flip it to the back, and it talks about how there was a giant octopus and a giant shark frozen mid-battle, but the ice melts. I think there's like a crash or something, and it cracks the ice open, and these two start to wreak havoc on the Earth. It is pretty low budget. You do get some fun Asylum movie moments, but it is definitely limited by the budget. The movie itself just kind of, you know, plods along and keeps going. You know, there's some scientists, and 2 of them are gonna fall in love, and they're gonna figure out how to stop the Mega Shark, and there's absolutely goofy let's do science moments where they're mixing what's clearly just water with food coloring together, and they're all staring at it in anticipation. They do get to a decent final battle, and overall it's okay, but it's definitely not the best, and you do hope for big, cheesy, cartoony, over-the-top moments, and here it's just fine, but it's not the best thing ever or anything like that, and you can tell it was limited by the budget. Open it up, and we do get the disc here, cover art same as the front, but I do want to say this is Echo Bridge that released this DVD for the Asylum, and as far as I know, that's the only way that this DVD was released. But take a look at the release for Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, and we can see that when the Asylum does them, there's a few differences. Note that this is the more colorful version of the logo, and here you almost don't see that it's Mega Shark and Giant Octopus, and here they have VS for versus, whereas all the Asylum ones will spell it out. We also get the differences on the spines. The Asylum, obviously their logo will be at the bottom there, but they'll have art that fades into the logo, and you always get, or at least usually with the Asylum, this block of art at the top. A few other differences, like an actual rating, which R for this movie is pretty ridiculous. But the Asylum, instead of sending it off to the ratings board and paying money, they'll just say warning, and then the Asylum will simply tell you what's in the movie. And we also do get the Asylum logo being much more prominent. And on the disc for Crocosaurus, there is no big barcode here. But anyway, so the rest of them will be in Asylum format and not Echo Bridge format. But anyway, Crocosaurus, I think, is sadly probably the weakest. You do get, there's like a diamond mine, and they accidentally dig out Crocosaurus, and they're like, oh, Crocosaurus has an advantage because he can go on land too. But the plot is kind of jumbled and rambling and just kind of slogs together. We do get on the back Jaleel White from Family Matters. Urkel is in this movie, and Robert Picardo from Star Trek Voyager, he's there too. And we do get this, he's not wearing the hat back here, but the guy that they find that knows about the croc is kind of like an Indiana Jones-like character. And it does tell you the sequel to the creature sensation, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. And at the bottom, the Mega Shark has survived his last battle. It's kind of odd how much they play up that it's a sequel when the movie itself barely references the first one. But yeah, the two kind of, you know, the movie just plods along and plot elements will come and go and get kind of mishmashed, you know. Like there's this whole thing with the guy that has Crocosaurus where he is, you know, hunting in Africa, and then a company tries to get him to hunt Crocosaurus, and then that company, all their people die, and then he's trying to take Crocosaurus on his own, and then he gets off the ship, and the government catches him, but thinks he knows about Mega Shark, but he actually knows about Crocosaurus, and that's, you know, again, kind of the plotting weird nature of this movie. And I will say also, he's biting the tail on the back there. For whatever reason, Mega Shark and Crocosaurus love to bite each other's tails, and they do this all the time. It's a silly element, but overall, this one's just a little jumbled and unfocused. After that, though, we move on to the best one in the series. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. Monster versus Middle. This one's pretty fun. You know, it does drag a little bit at the beginning, but this is one that when it gets to its third act is almost Sharknado level. Basically, you get the government deciding to take a more proactive role, and they've built a shark to fight the other sharks. And it's a good monster mash there. And you get like a scientist, and for whatever reason, she's the only one inside the Mecha Shark, and she has what looks like a gaming setup there, and there's an AI she talks to, and it's like, we're gonna take down the shark. Come on, was it Nero? Yeah, and line up the missiles. And a whole bunch of unnecessary collateral damage. But when we get to the end, good, dumb CGI moments. There's a moment in this movie with a motorcycle that is absolutely great, and just a whole bunch of fun destroying you can see the Sydney Opera House here, destroying lots of Australia. Anyway, we go on the side, we can see that painting cover, and we can also see the gimmick here where the floating faces. And Debbie Gibson, she was from Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, and she has a cameo here, so that's cool to see someone from the first movie pop up again, even though it's just a cameo. And we get the epic battle saga continues on the scale of Transformers and Lord of the Rings. Okay, sure, yeah, on the scale of Transformers and Lord of the Rings. And I don't remember Mecha Shark shooting a laser out of his mouth. That's a cool idea, but I don't think it was actually in the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, crack open the DVD, cover the same as the front. Pretty cool, though. This is the best one. Anyway, after that, we get what is the hardest DVD to find. This is why I didn't cover the Mecha Shark series last year, is because I couldn't find Kolossus, but I finally found it, used copy. But yeah, there's Mecha Shark versus Kolossus, nature's deadliest creature against man's deadliest weapon. And basically, they're looking for red mercury, and they accidentally awaken an old Cold War Soviet mech thing, which it's got a bunch of red and looks part organic. I don't know if it's part organic or not. It may just be a big red robot who I don't believe actually has a giant laser cannon on his hand. But a pretty cool cover. Kolossus is a pretty cool villain. You know, a guy stomping around, destroying things. Kolossus, though, less interaction than all the other creatures. Basically, the CIA agent trying to stop Kolossus and the friend that she has trying to solve the mystery of its creator to find a way to shut it down. Almost entirely its own movie. And then you get, like, the government talking about, what do we do with mega sharks? Is there a way to successfully hold them in nature without destroying them and all that sort of stuff? They do eventually come together at the end, and we do get some fun, cheesy moments, and there is some pretty good gags in here that I did like. Sadly, though, they keep cutting away way too fast during the final battle with Kolossus. I guess they didn't have faith in their special effects, and I'm like, don't cut away, just hold on it. I don't care if it looks bad. We're here for a goofy, cheesy movie. Just hold. But yeah, some good stuff. They just keep cutting too fast, and just show me the battle. Just show me Kolossus and Mega Shark doing fun, stupid stuff, punching each other in the face. Overall, I think this is probably the second best one, because I think this one came out around the same time as Sharknado, or maybe it was this one. But these two are post-Sharknado, and in turn, the Asylum felt more comfortable to give them a bigger budget. So the last two, they can play around, they can do more cartoony things, and I feel that they are a little bit better. So I think those two I definitely recommend more. They're just the dumb, cheesy fun that I want. So anyway, there's Kolossus, and there's this other picture kind of from below. We're missing the Asylum floating heads that tell us who the stars are, and we do get two pictures of Team Unicorn, some internet group that they got in this movie just for a little cameo at the beginning, and the colossal features. Oh, yeah. An epic action adventure disaster. It's Pacific Rim meets Godzilla. You do always like the Asylum trying to oversell their movies and always trying to mention big blockbusters. And there we get kind of pushed over to the side with this black bar. A little bit of a weird design. Usually it's just the picture and then the title, just kind of scooch it closer for the disc. But I guess because it was so centered, the hole would have been in a bad place. So scooch it to the side, black bar. Otherwise, the same as the front. And now that we have them all out, I guess now's a better time to talk about that Echo Bridge versus the Asylum thing. See all these nice portraits on the top here, and then Echo Bridge didn't do that because they have different formatting, and all, like, there's that logo, and then every other logo, versus in the center, much more colorful, and also matching for every other logo. So these three look great. This one's fine on its own, it just doesn't match these. And, oh well, that is kind of a shame that they don't all match, but whatever. Glad to get them all. The multi-headed shark attack, for whatever reason, the third part of that never came out in the States, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that sort of video for that series. So, whatever. A fun enough little series. Obviously, Sharknado is better, and it's not as goofy, big, over the top, and cheesy as it could have been, but still, I'd say fun. And it was great to do this retrospective, show some physical media, talk about the movies all at once. Overall, I'd definitely say once it gets a little bit bigger budget and we get a little bit more cartoony dumb fun, I think it definitely does get better. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Asylum Shark Movies playlist, where you can see me talk about all these movies individually, but I also did a video similar to this for the Sharknado movies. So you can see my Sharknado DVD collection in there as well as a bunch of other Asylum shark movies. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Asylum Sharks playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.